Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Varsity SportsZone here on the Cool Channels. I'm your host, Bobby Latmore, and we've got a lot to talk about this week here in Southwest Georgia high school sports. We have the results from swimming and diving from last week's championships up in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, the wrestlers head up to Atlanta this week for their state finals. We've got basketball region playoffs, and we also have the 2012 preview here for Southwest Georgia high school baseball coming up here on Varsity SportsZone. We had a great week of high school sports here in Southwest Georgia, starting off with the swimming and diving championships up in Atlanta, Georgia last weekend. Colquitt County represented the area with some state finalists that we mentioned last week. Congratulations to three of them who placed in the 1-meter diving competition last week up in Atlanta at the championships. Elizabeth Ann Kirkland came in first place in the 1-meter dive as our state champion for 2012 in the GHSA Diving Championships. Also placing was Haley Goodman, who placed 9th, and Ana Jimenez, who placed 13th there in the 1-meter dive. We were able to catch up with them last week. Let's hear what they had to say about the championships.
How's it feel?
It feels really good, and to finish off my senior year, the best place I've done so far, to make that progress is really awesome. Felt good.
Now you're a senior this year.
Yes.
You were in it last year.
Right.
You went to the States last year and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't place, but this year you did. I mean, that's got to be a pretty expensive.
Yeah, the improvement, the progress. I've had a lot of progress in the last year, so to have that.
I wonder why. Why you have a lot of progress? Do you have somebody helping you out a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good facility, good coach. I have to.
Talk to me about your coach for a second. Who's your coach?
My coach is my dad.
Yeah.
He's always been my coach. So, but we have a rule that he can't talk about diving in the house, so we keep it nice and professional.
Yeah, right.
So.
Miss Anna, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. It's my last year, so I'm proud of what I did this year.
Oh, no doubt. Both of you have to be proud. But tell me, you guys have been in this program for a long time now, and you got the culmination of your last year in high school, and you made it to the state, and you placed. I mean, that's got to feel pretty special.
Oh, it was awesome. I was really happy with what I did.
Now, you saw your name, and you placed up there. What did that feel like?
Well, it felt really good. I made it all the way to the final round, so when I heard my name called, I was really happy, and my teammates were there with me, so when they heard my name, they said, "Oh, congratulations," and it was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. A lot of support from the school and everything like that.
Absolutely.
What happened when y'all came back? Get a parade through the hallway here, and they lift you on your shoulders or anything?
Not quite.
No, not quite?
But they did watch. There were schools that watched it, like, live feed.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear them, that they were supporting us, that was really nice.
That was, ladies, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
And I'm here with the state high school diving champion, Miss Elizabeth Ann Kirkland. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look a little nervous.
Not
Were you like that on the diving board?
You just
Just a little? Or do you really get nervous before you dive?
I do.
Do you
It's
really?
a newfound thing I have. I wasn't as nervous when I was little, but now that I realize how important competition is, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Well, good point that you mentioned right there. You've been in this now. You mentioned as walking over here to our interview.
Mm-hmm.
9th grade, you were in 3rd place. 10th grade, you're 2nd. A junior now, you're the number 1. You're the champion in GHSA state diving. I mean, is there more pressure put on each year as you go through it?
Definitely. I think even my freshman year there was pressure because I had 2 older girls, Kelsey and Perry, and they were both 2 I look up to the most. And I knew they were probably going to place in front of me, but I didn't want that extra space between me and them. I wanted to be 3rd. That was my goal. And the next year, my sophomore year, I really wanted to place 1st, but I gave it my best, and it wasn't my best. I think it went both ways, but there was one person that did better than me, and I also competed against her this year, and she intimidates me just a little bit, so I gave it my best, and my best was good enough. I mean, first place was my goal last year, but this year I knew how to give it times 2. Like I had to give 110%, so I did my best and really satisfied.
So you're on the medal stand. They do third place, they do second place, and then all of a sudden they come the first place winner of the 1 meter diving competition, Miss Elizabeth Ann Kirkland from Colquitt County High School. How'd that make you feel?
It was really awesome. I mean, I'd hoped to get first place, and when I figured it out, well, at first my coach told me that I got first, and that was exciting. So I knew I got first place, but when you're up there, it's really awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I was very excited.
Now you got to take the girls up there, and you represented them up there at the diving competition. How detailed do you have to be as a coach to make sure everything's turned in and the girls are where they're supposed to be? Is that pretty tough to do?
It was tough the first meet, but by this time of the year, I've pretty much got it down. And it's knowing when to turn their dive sheets in and making sure that they get registered when they're supposed to, and making sure the hotel reservations. It was kind of tough, but I got there.
In between dives and stuff like that, what kind of things do you talk about to the girls?
I just encourage them to keep doing their best. I don't tell them where they are. Elizabeth Ann, another coach, and I were talking. We pretty much knew she was pretty high up, but we wouldn't tell her because we don't want them to get nervous about it. We just kept encouraging them to do their best and give them little pointers on things that we know they need to do better.
The most. Any special dives or anything like that from the girls that were more memorable this weekend?
This weekend, I think a few weeks ago at one of the meets, Elizabeth Ann had one dive where when she left the board, we kind of knew it was not going to be one of her better dives, and this time she nailed it. So we were pretty excited.
So
As one championship comes to a close, another one begins up in Atlanta this weekend with the State High School Wrestling Traditional Championships this week in Atlanta. We had 3 schools representing from Southwest Georgia. For Class 3A, Cairo enters 4 wrestlers to make the state finals. Representing Cairo syrup makers, Ryan Robinson goes in at 106 pounds. Shantavian Shivers at 120 pounds. Luke Elkins at 145 pounds. And Brady Johnson falls into the 285-pound classification. For 4A, Thomas County Central sends back Connor Bennett, representing 160 pounds. Tommy Jones heads up there for the first time at 182 pounds. And Peyton Glass returns up there in Atlanta for the state finals at 195 pounds. Colquitt County represents Class 5A here in Southwest Georgia. Travis Register heads up to Atlanta for 220 pounds class, and Bryce Giddens heads up at 285. We were able to catch up with a few of these guys before they headed up this weekend to Atlanta for the state finals. Let's check and see what they had to say about the upcoming matches.
We started in early December, tournament after tournament, match after match, just practicing hard, working hard. Finally got to this point that we've been working for. There's 4 of us that qualified. We got Ryan at 106, Luke at 145, and Sean Boy, which is at 120, and then me.
Yeah, practice, work hard, drills, a lot of stamina. Excited, ready to get on the mat.
Feels great.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Just been working hard at it all year, just ready to go out there and see what I got, see if I can put another 2 years in it, see if I can be back. It just kind of, yes sir, I fell into it. Didn't start off the season too great, but I just kept working and building back up, try to get there. That's what one thing I wanted to do is try to go to state in wrestling this year.
It was good. I mean, it's the first year I've coached wrestling a long time, and Coach Hutt does an excellent job, and very good tactician, and he's taught the kids very well, and it shows on the mat. We had 7 go to sectionals, or excuse me, we had 12 go to sectionals. Out of that 12, we had 4 go to the state meet this weekend, so done a real good job. Had some region champions, and they did well at state, sure did.
It feels really good. Connor Bennett and Peyton Glass have worked extremely hard to get back to the state tournament, and Connor is a sectional runner-up again. Peyton finished 3rd, which is higher than he finished last year at the sectional. So, and then we got Tommy Jones going in at 182 pounds, and it's his first time qualifying for the state. So he's real excited. Another senior that's going to make that trip.
All 3.
Feels good to be back again.
4th place last year. A little bit, you want to do a little bit better this year?
Yes sir, I expect to do a little bit better this year. Well, I had a great season, and I like to have hard matches during the year, just so you can get ready for them. But I didn't really get that many. I got a couple of pretty good ones. And then sectionals, it kind of taught me, not to get a big head or anything, because you still can get beat. And it was good to wrestle that guy again. Though I wrestled him again for third, and I beat him the second time I wrestled him.
Feels good. It's a lot more. It's more intense and more. You have a lot more to accomplish, because last year I didn't know that I was going to place. I just went out there and wrestled. This year, I know what I have to do, and I got to do it better. So it's a lot of pressure.
It's pretty exciting. First time for me, senior year. It's like I know I've made it this far. Ready to see how far I can go now. It's pretty incredible, because my sophomore year I actually broke both the legs of my bone, the tibia and fibula. So I've had to overcome that. So actually wrestling at practice. So
this is going to be real special to you to finally come back. I know last year, was there any issues last year with it?
Like it still hurt. You could still feel it, and I wasn't really sure on it, because I hurt it wrestling, so that has a mental effect on you.
Absolutely.
But now that I'm back, I've made a great comeback. So
it's exciting. What's exciting is the quality of my two guys that are going. They're quality kids, and they're even better wrestlers. And excited to see how high they're going to finish. And they have their sights set high, and they're going to fight to the finish. So.
Travis, you're going to state, man.
Yes, sir.
How's it feel?
Feels good. It's my second time going. I went my freshman year, kind of bummed out my sophomore year, and I'm going back.
Man, I tell you what, it has to be exciting. A lot of hard work has paid off this year for you.
Yes,
What's going through your mind right now, Dave, before you head out?
Just anticipation, anxiety, really. We've worked hard this week, and we just got to go finish the deal, kind of like football.
I hear.
In other news this week, Peyton Glass, as you saw from his interview here recently, was also awarded this week the Napa Blue Collar Player of the Year Award for football here in the state of Georgia. They're heading up early before the state finals, heading up Wednesday evening to Macon, and Peyton will receive the award there at the Macon County Civic Center. He will be presented this award by former Miami Dolphin great and NFL Hall of Famer Larry Zonka. Will be there to present the award to Peyton, and we congratulate him on being the 2012 Napa Blue Collar Player of the Year here in the state of Georgia. Also, soccer news to tell you about. Preseason rankings are out, and Thomasville's girls soccer team is the preseason ranked number 7 here in 2A for the state of Georgia. We wish the girls there in Bulldog Country for soccer the best of luck coming into their season as it starts this week. Now, let's take a break real quick, and when we come back, we'll talk about some basketball scores and highlights from last week. Welcome back, everybody, here to the Varsity SportsZone here on the Cool Channels. A little bit of basketball news to tell you about before we get into last week's scores and highlights. Region 1 AA announced their all-region team, and Thomasville has 3 representing for the first team for all-region. Woolley Clayton, Greg Wimberly, and Trey Gaucher are all representing the Bulldogs as an all-region team there for basketball, for men's basketball there in Region 1 2A. Now, let's head back last Friday, February 10th, and last Saturday, February 11th, for the final games of the regular season here in Southwest Georgia for high school basketball. Friday, for the boys, February 10th, Colquitt County beats Pelham 36-31. Thomas County Central gets by Mitchell County 57-44. Early County took care of Cook 51-42. Bainbridge wins their 15th in a row by beating Randolph Clay 73-48. Seminole County gets by Quitman County 59-54. And Chris County takes care of Cairo 50-36. On the women's side, Colquitt County loses a close one to Pelham 46-43. Bainbridge upends Randolph Clay 64-44. And Chris County takes care of Cairo 67-38. And Thomasville closes out their season beating Berrien 44-25. On Saturday, February 11th, for the men, Seminole County gets by Pelham 59-54, and Cairo beats Miller County 43-41. For the girls, Cairo gets by Miller County 52-40. And that's going to do it for the regular season here in Southwest Georgia for basketball. For both the men and the women, congratulations to everybody on another great season here in Southwest Georgia. This week starts the all-important region tournaments to see who will represent Region 1 in the state finals coming up next week in GHSA basketball. So let's get right to the region tournaments. On Monday, Cairo had a play-in game for both men and women as they took on Worth County. For the men, Cairo beat Worth County 47-36, and the women also beat Worth County 65-24. Let's head to Tuesday's Region Action Tournament. Let's start with the boys. On Tuesday in Region 1A, Seminole County beats Quitman 47-41. Also on Tuesday, Early County got by Fitzgerald. No score reported there. Tuesday also saw Chris County taking care of Cairo. No score reported there, but we know that Chris County won the game because they played a championship game on Friday in Region 1-3A, upending the Cairo men's basketball season. Congratulations to them on a good year there at Surmaker Country. Also on Tuesday, Hardaway takes care of Thomas County Central, and Bainbridge wins their 16th against Warner Robins. And a little program note here, on Saturday, the Cool Channels will replay the games in Region 1-4A that were played, Hardaway versus Thomas County Central, and Warner Robins against Bainbridge this Saturday, and also next Tuesday evening, February 21st, on the Cool Channels. Let's continue on with Tuesday's matchups. Coffee County in Region 1-5A takes care of Colquitt County to end the Packers men's basketball season 37-36. Congratulations to the Packer basketball team this season. Let's check out the girls' action Tuesday in Region 1A. Miller County takes care of Webster County, beating them 57-39. And Terrell County ends Baker County's girls' season 39-27. Also on Tuesday in Region 1-2A action, Cook gets the best of Early County, and Thomasville takes care of Fitzgerald 64-42. Also on Tuesday in the women's Region 1-3A championship, Chris County ends the Syrup Maids basketball season by beating them 59-40. And also on Tuesday, the Bainbridge Bearcat women basketball team end Hardaway season by beating them 73-59. That's a look at Tuesday's region tournament action. Wednesday region action here in Southwest Georgia. Let's start with the men's Region 1A tournament on Wednesday. Miller County season comes to an end as they lose to Randolph Clay 53-50. Mitchell County extends their season by beating Stewart County 72-59. Calhoun County gets the best of Seminole County, ending the Indians men's basketball season 69-64. And Pelham gets by Terrell County, the defending region champs for the past 5 years, getting by them 49-43. So congratulations to the Pelham Hornets for continuing on with their season, also along with Mitchell County. The only games played on Wednesday were the men's Region 1A basketball games. So let's head to Thursday's action. Let's keep with the men's brackets. On Thursday, Early County suffers a tough loss to Thomasville, 57-52. However, Early County will take on Cook this Friday night as Early County and Cook County play for third and fourth place for the state final seedings coming up. So congratulations to the Bobcats for getting into the state finals coming up this Friday night. That means Thomasville will extends their region tournament bracket series. They will host Albany this Friday night in Quitman for the region finals. You knew it was going to come down to these two teams all year long, 1 and 2. Can't end any better than this. In the Region 1 4A championships on Thursday, Bainbridge comes away with a nail-biter with Paul Chooks puts back a rebound with 1 second on the clock remaining to beat Northside Columbus 57-56. That's Bainbridge's 17th win in a row. That sets up Bainbridge to play Northside Warner Robins in Columbus this Friday night at 8:30 for the Region 1 4A championship. Best of luck to the Bearcats on Friday night. Let's head to the girls' brackets and see what happened last Thursday. For the girls' 1A champion, Region 1A bracket, Calhoun County loses to Seminole County 39-31. Pelham's all over Terrell County 73-24. Randolph Clay gets the best of Miller County 64-52. And Mitchell County extends their brackets by beating Quitman County 56-41. So on Friday, the matchups for Region 1A girls is going to be Seminole County versus Pelham and Randolph Clay versus Mitchell County. That will set up, these 4 teams are seeded for the state final, so that's a great sign for Southwest Georgia basketball. Here in the region, 3 teams for the girls will be in the state finals this year for Region 1A. On Thursday, in the women's Region 1 2A basketball tournament, Thomasville beats Albany 46-43, setting up the Bulldogs in the championship game. Now, that sets up the 2012 GISA State Basketball Tournament brackets. Let's check out Class A for the girls. The Westwood girls on Wednesday defeated Heritage Christian 60-14. Boys Class A, Westwood continues on by beating Twigs 64-25. Girls Class 2A Basketball Championship. Frederica upsets the girls from Brookwood Warriors 26-25 as the Warriors lose a heartbreaker there. At the boys Class 2A bracket, state tournament bracket, Brookwood is upended by Curtis Baptist 50-36. Southwest Georgia, whose season comes to an end by losing to Frederica 40-33. Boys and girls in Class 2A, Southwest Georgia and Brookwood, their basketball seasons come to an end, and we congratulate them on another great year of high school basketball there at both of those schools. Let's take a quick break after that high school bracketology here for high school basketball as March Madness continues here in Southwest Georgia. When we come back, we'll take a look around Southwest Georgia at the upcoming baseball season here for 2012. Welcome back, everybody, to the Varsity Sports Zone here on the Cool Channels. As we mentioned before the break, we have baseball season starting here in 2012. So let's take a look at a few teams around the area and check out their upcoming baseball seasons.
A really fantastic summer. We just got a group of kids that are just blue collar type kids that work hard and they get along real well. Most I'm proud of is they're very, very high character kids, and so it's been a really, really fun group to coach.
We got a lot of seniors. We got 9 seniors, and you know, we're going to be built on you know, I guess every baseball coach's MO is, you know, hopefully we're gonna pitch real well, banking on solid defense and some timely hits.
I'm real excited. You'll see 3 seniors here in just a minute. You'll get an opportunity to talk to, and I know they're looking forward to the upcoming year. They've worked hard in the weight room. They've worked hard during the summer, and you know, they've worked hard for going on 4 years now, so they're looking forward to it. We've got a good crop of juniors to follow them up, and a lot of contribution from some sophomores and freshmen behind them. So we're looking forward to it. Pitching's building. We feel good about our defense, and offense is going to be adequate enough. So just looking forward to things, ready to get going.
Well, we graduated a bunch, and we also graduated a draft pick. And anytime you replace or have to replace a young man of that stature, both at the plate and on the mound, yeah, it's quite difficult. However, we do have a very talented bunch coming back. And I'm very excited about having this group out.
Last summer, I think, was the breaking area there where we did real good during the summer and playing some of the K-Rose and Lee County and Bainbridge and those folks. Saw a lot of stuff there that I liked at that time, and we feel very fortunate to do as well as we did. So, but this year I think is going to be a real good year for us.
All right, everybody, it was another great week of high school sports. We closed out swimming and diving. Wrestling ends this weekend. We'll bring you final results on that next week here on the Varsity Sports Zone. Also, we'll bring you the final standings for the region tournaments, and we'll get some interviews from the state playoff-bound basketball teams representing Southwest Georgia next week here on the Varsity Sports Zone. So, from everybody here at the Varsity Sports Zone and the Cool Channels, we'll see you next week.